Bobby Jones. I own Brightside Roofing out of Dover, Delaware. Seen Business 411 at a industry event probably like 5 or 6 years ago, and then I started to see more online, so I started to see the content, and then I attended an event. So prior to working with Business 411, I had been, either doing stuff on my own here and there, or trying to navigate dealing with other agencies who claim to be able to handle it and produce leads and really get us the results we were looking for through either website design or, Google ads. And I just felt like there was a lot of promises that were never delivered on. So about 6 months or 7 months ago, I don't even know if Business 411 knows about this, but I talked to like 5 or 6 different agencies, had full Zoom calls with 5 or 6 different agencies who were all making all these promises. And even though Business 411 wasn't the cheapest of those options, I just felt like with what they were discussing and actually being able to show results that they were getting from other actions and efforts with other roofing companies, I felt pretty confident that we'd be able to produce the same thing for our market. And so we started working together, and I really think that the relationship that we have with Business 411 is not like it was with dealing with these other agencies, which really felt like some foreign entity that I had some vague contact with every now and then. It almost feels like they're my team members that are here at Business 411 and that I'm communicating with, because they feel so quick to what the purpose or the intention is around any move that we're trying to make, and then produce results around that. So it just really feels like an extension of our company dealing with the team members here at Business 411. I think the continuity of being able to work with Marketing 411 on specific projects, or just if there is something that we can take action on right now within our market, and being able to align that with changes to our website or an ad that we're going to run, being able to have contact and communication and being able to take action quickly is priceless, because you can miss those opportunities if you don't have a team that you can count on. And I'll explain a little bit about that. We launched a very specific program helping out veterans. It's called Roofs for Valor, and every roof that we do, we're going to be donating a portion of that project to veterans in need. And being able to work with Marketing 411 was able to help me get this in place, make sure we had a landing page, make sure the website had the things on there that needed to be accessible to a veteran who may want to apply for that help. And all these things were put into place so quickly. Marketing 411 was able to work with content that we had created for the program, that even though it was created elsewhere, they were able to help us get it out there, get the message out there, and make sure it was put on our website, matching the brand, matching the layout of the rest of the website. The continuity was there. It looks like us and it feels like us. I would say act quickly, and I say it because I bumped my head so much on the last 13 years of running this business, dealing with different agencies, and then after having the experience of dealing with those other agencies and then sitting down and just comparing what I was going to get from 5 or 6 different agencies this last time around, the conversations that happened, not just with one individual at Marketing 411, but every single person I've been in contact with, it's been a complete reflection of the promises that were made on that call. I don't think I would have got that with anybody else that I spoke with, and I know for sure that the results that we've been after, we're getting as a result of the work that's been done here at Marketing 411. Yeah, so Shadow Leads is a part of the Marketing 411 package, and it's a really, really interesting tech. I don't want to know all the details of how they pull this off, but all I know is we get information of people who are in the market for a roof, and it requires some effort by the roofer. You have to put in the work, but we were able to knock the door. We were able to get in contact with this person. This person was actively in the market for a roof, and because of this information, we didn't have to go out blindly knocking on doors. We knew that this person was in the market for a roof, and for that reason, we were able to be targeted in our efforts. And through those efforts, we closed a $26,000 roof. And that lead was free. So that's the crazy part is, we're out here spending so much money on marketing, so much money on advertising in general as business owners, to have something come from a free lead is remarkable. So I'll take it every time. I think even though I don't know a whole lot about marketing, it's important to know enough to know like what's going on behind the scenes. I love Henry Ford was like, I don't need to know anything about this motor because I got a button I can push right here and I'll know everything about the motor in 2 seconds, right? And that's kind of how I feel. Like if I need to know what's going on with our marketing, I know that I'm in good hands, but the marketing class today will definitely put that in perspective for somebody who doesn't know what needs to be done. Maybe they're trying to manage it on their own and they can start making those steps or do things that are going to complement the efforts that are being done behind the scenes by somebody like Marketing 411. Most business owners in the trades know what they know, which is why they're in business, for what they know. It's not our responsibility to know everything there is to know about marketing, but what I think you guys do so well, what Marketing 411 does so well, is they make it simple, right? They make it make sense to us why it's so important to have something being done, whether you're in charge of it or in control of it or not. Something must be done to help get the word out. It's very actionable. Obviously, when you have training like this, and you're required to take the notes and make sure that you're writing everything down properly to be able to go back and take action on it, that's a big responsibility. So Marketing 411, they do a great job of putting those steps into place in their workbook. So when you get back, you don't have to remember what was said. You don't have to try to make out what you wrote down quickly in a rush and it's all scribbled. You've got it right there. You've got a checklist to put things into action as soon as you get back.